Mystery prizes from Mall of America have returned, and we're giving them away all summer long. Just stop by KFAN events or find the KFAN street team out and about and get yours. Redeem at Mall of America for exciting prizes and great deals. You can see the full event schedule at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
Well, it probably goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. I don't like you.
The con!
Personal foul. Clipping.
All right, so... Yeah, where's the Bougainvillea page? Oh, yeah. All right, so... Eliminate Andy Reid.
Mm-hmm.
Eliminate Andy Reid from the equation. McVay? What do you think about, McVay?
Yeah, I think
so. That'd be
I think Sean McVay,
low-hanging fruit.
Yeah,
he ain't in yet.
I mean,
Rob, Belichick's not in. Shanahan and Coughlin. It's weird.
Yeah, but the Belichick thing is like, it felt very much
contrived.
Yeah, it's just not
like sour grapes.
Yeah, it's not.
The voters can be of the crotchety variety because a lot of them are super old school.
The Mike Shanahan one, like I you're gonna laugh.
What time you got to leave?
I was probably
45 at the latest.
I would say 30 at the latest.
That's special. Go ahead.
I had a conversation with I was talking to a longtime NFL coach probably 2 weeks ago.
And how is Mike McCarthy?
And we were talking about the wide zone because the Vikings have worked hard on it.
Yep.
And
how is Rico Dennison?
And Rico is the O-line coach, I believe,
in
for
Vegas.
the Raiders. Yeah. Kirk really loved him. Wanted Kevin to bring him here. They never did it. So and this conversation morphed into a Mike Shanahan, why is he not in the Hall of Fame? And this coach thinking it was crazy. But I think McVay won Super Bowl, but he's been to two. He really is elevated the game every single year.
He's likable.
Yeah,
that matters.
He's likable, but I think he's just had a major impact on the arc of NFL football schematically.
Yeah.
So it goes beyond just like the wins.
Okay. With respect, Mike Shanahan
has also.
I mean, I think he was likable. I don't know. Anybody have any problems with old school Shanning? Not next level Shanning, old school Shanning.
I'm sure some. I mean, you're a head
two-time
coach.
Super Bowl champion, one of the most respected offensive minds in the history of the league.
That one is
he
crazy.
Invented stuff, you know.
Yeah, that one is crazy. I would be at some point. It feels like somebody's going to push for it, and that will happen.
Well, Tom Coughlin won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And he led the Jaguars to the playoffs, I think in their first year with Mark Brunell and Tony Boselli.
And he lived in Jacksonville, which is probably deserving. Yeah.
All right, so McVay, he'd be in the... So the question is, if anybody's so inclined via the talkbacks, eliminate Andy Reid. Which coach is currently in the NFL not named Andy Reid do you believe will make it to the Pro Football Hall of Fame one day?
It's early with Mike McDonald, but Mike McDonald is definitely on that trajectory.
Has to be in because he got one so early in his bid.
The hard one, I mean, like, if Mike Shanahan's not in and Kyle hasn't won a Super Bowl, like, that's really tough. But Kyle has had an incredible amount of success. And
he ain't close.
You're probably right, but like he's.
I love him and I love his schemes, and everybody steals from everybody, but everybody steals from him.
Yeah.
Shoot, you got people drafting tight ends who never caught or scored touchdowns in the Big Ten to play the use check role.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how well respected his stuff is. And his father, Mike, 2-time Super Bowl champion, not in.
Crazy.
What about Sirianni? Been to 2, won 1.
I mean. Potentially, but I feel like that team was so loaded. Is he going to be dinged for the talent? Like, I mean, I'd say like Howie Roseman's probably gets into the Hall of Fame, right?
Yes. I like that.
But
like Mike Shanahan, okay, well, you had Elway, Okay, so maybe that.
Sure.
Okay, but Tom Coughlin had Eli Manning.
I always love that.
Now, I think Eli Manning is a Hall of Fame quarterback. Why? Won 2 Super Bowls and was Super Bowl MVP for 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
But Fantasy Football Nation in the age of rage, specifically where we're all getting squeezed on candy bars that are smaller in size and higher in price, super special. So with all that being known, like Eli Manning, Joe Flacco called, and nobody freaking cares. But when he got to the postseason, which should matter to those of the crotchety variety making these votes, he came up Brady big most of the time, you know?
Yeah. I guess my other question is, like, if you were to throw a dart on a young, newer, like, guy who hasn't accomplished much yet, but you're
and how is Mike LaFleur?
No, but you're throwing it, like, who would it be? That's for me maybe the most
that's
interesting.
Mike McDonald.
No, I think he's already above the line of what I'm talking about. I'm talking if you're
Liam
going
Cohen,
your O'Connells, your Cohens, your Jesse Minters.
Is Matt LaFleur still new enough? Because he's been around longer than those guys.
No, I'd consider him on the line probably of what I'm talking about versus not.
Until the scribes get together and they're like, let me get this straight. The guy threw bad passes off his back foot his entire career, and the one calling...
You talking Jordan Love?
Yeah, and the one calling the plays
Jordan Love is good.
And putting it all together never changed it.
Yeah, I think
plays into it.
I think Jordan Love is good. So
he is good, but to get to the Hall of Fame, you got to be great.
You need a quarterback who's great. There's no doubt about it.
Sean Payton. Now, how's this going to work? Okay,
for you.
Well, it's not just me because he's the anti-Vike, and when he wears his visor, it's just strange how 10 horns come out of the visor whenever they play the Vikes. Ask MD, she might know. But he was caught cheating and was suspended for a year and filled his pockets and emptied his soul. I'm going to cheat with Bountygate. I'm going to get to the game. I'm going to win the game. And then I'm going to have to lose a season and lose all my money or lose all the money that comes with it that season. And then I'm going to come back, and go what now? Like if he wins a Super Bowl with Denver, it's
100%.
They'll look the other way.
But still accomplishing what he did in New Orleans, you wonder if that's going to be enough.
Mm-hmm.
Because what they did, especially to revive that city in many ways, that's a tough one.
Remember that Monday Night Football game against Atlanta? It was after Hurricane. I was
probably 9 years old, so I'm not sure. It
was unbelievable. It was a Monday Night Football game. It was the first game at the Superdome after Katrina. People were crying in the stands. It was super emotional, and the Saints won the game.
But it's tough, again, and this is why it's so... He had Drew Brees. Like, it's so... That's the other thing that I often wonder, and it's similar to the earlier conversation. Like, let's just take... you take Kevin O'Connell, or you take Liam Cohen, but if you replace certain coaches' quarterback position with a certain benchmark, like McVay.
Great point.
Jared Goff into Matthew Stafford.
Yep. You're playing fast right now. Cancel the 11 o'clock call.
I can't. All right.
Well, then let's pause because I want to get into some Viking stuff with you. It's Alec Lewis at Alec_Lewis via X. Please follow if you are so inclined. Double B produces, and I'm Paul Allen. This is 9 to noon on a Northern Fire Tucker Tuesday.
It's PA.
What we need to figure out here is, are we dealing with maybe a little bipolarism, some rage addiction? It could be...
The Fan welcomes some great shows at Grand Casino Arena this year, including Journey, October 4th, Smashing Pumpkins, October 13th. Tickets are on sale now. Get complete details on all of our upcoming shows on the concert page, KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
Lastly, on the Talker Tuesday talkback, what about Mike McCarthy? Joked about the name earlier. Back in the mix, won a Super Bowl with Green Bay. Do I think he's going to win one with Juicy A-Rod and the Steelers this year? No, but he's back in the game, So, and that quarterback thing you said, man, you got me thinking is just so pertinent in the whole equation. But Mike McCarthy, but then you think, McCarthy won a Super Bowl and maybe he's going to coach 10 years and get another one with a different team. But it's if you're keeping Shanahan and Coughlin out, well, then really, truly, what does it take to whom you let in,
The interesting one for me is what if Jim Harbaugh won a Super Bowl?
Oh, John Harbaugh should be in the mix too.
John probably should be.
But John's an HOF coach.
Yeah. He's probably.
I think he's favored of all of them now.
But the narrative, again, like let's say in New York, it goes terrible. Because let's say Jackson Dart isn't the guy they want him to be or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the Jim Harbaugh, like in the event he wins with the Chargers, he made it with the 49ers. That would be an interesting one. I bring it up because I think the Chargers, and this could be a preposterous statement tournament. I really am high on what the Chargers could be in 2026. Really high.
Tough division.
But what Mike McDaniel is going to do for that run game, which should then help out Justin Herbert, who I do really like, and a defense that is replacing Jesse Minter with a defensive coordinator who knows that system very well.
And you've always been a big Scott Matlock guy.
Tucker Fisk as well.
Tucker Fisk.
2 men in a truck fullback crew.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay, now hold on here. Do you think the Vikings will use all three quarterbacks at some point this year? So if you were to, and if you can't do it because it's dumb, if you were to parse between them and be like, well, yeah, I do. I believe it'll be 80% Murray, whatever percent McCarthy, whatever percent Wentz. Or do you think that they'll just use one? Like, what percent chance do you think there is they will start three different guys this year?
In the event of injury, or like factoring in injury, I would say like the safe money would be that multiple guys start, whether it's 2 or 3, just because of injury. That's not for me like favoring one guy over another or saying one guy's going to start and struggle and then they're going to replace. I just think the odds of injury with all 3 guys, Kyler Murray, J.J. McCarthy, and Carson Wentz, the odds of injury for all of them is extremely high because of the injuries that they've suffered in recent history.
9 to Noon had a key conversation, and it transpired with somebody who is not Kevin O'Connell.
How is Trent Kirshner?
But it's somebody who absolutely would know what they're talking about with the team's running game, or at least where it is now, and with the quarterback situation. And it happened within the last couple of weeks. So 9 to Noon, and I'll share with you, what it was all about off the air. 9 to Noon received absolutely no certainty on who the quarterback was going to be. And this person did not care. Okay. That's how much he likes the team and is the newest to rave about Frank Smith. I mean, it started with you and the scribes and everything, like when they made the move and McDaniel and A-Chain and just everything there. And then I just kept hearing it from the right people. This right here, I'm telling you, outside of O'Connell, outside of Keith Carter, the offensive line coach, it's not them. But it's somebody who cares, somebody who matters, and somebody who would know. So we're being serious here when I share this. When, in quick fashion, because it's the offseason, I talked about the quarterbacks with this individual, just cut me off and said, I don't care who the quarterback is. This Frank Smith and the running game situation that's being put in here, he just raved about it. This is the most pivotal Frank Smith intel 9 to Noon has received. The conversation then went to Bredesen. Okay, well, he makes the team and he plays. I ain't the first to say that, but he's going to make the team. And he's going to play more than I think a lot of people think he probably is going to play when they drafted him. Let's just say, and this is credit to you because you were the first to sniff this out. I couldn't pick this person out of a 2-person lineup standing next to Muggsy Bogues when you shared his name with me.
I always love that one.
Let's just say there may be some DeMond Claibornes talking about jerseys in U.S. Bank Stadium by the time the Colts get here with Jalen Travis. So we got to wait a little bit, and he's a kid. He's young. Again, makes team and plays. And I'm not changing the proclamation.
Are you talking about DeMond Claiborne?
Or and Bredesen. They both make the team and they both play.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think.
All right, no, let's land the plane.
I know you got more.
Okay, well here it is. This is the end of it.
Okay.
And all of what was shared with me, and I shared some of it with you. Mm-hmm. It was all with little care who the quarterback is. Very, very interesting given the individual and the chat. So we're going to work around this in thematic fashion when I'm around here. Because I get asked the question a bunch because people care about the quarterbacks, and I know you do too because I read your mailbags and I watch your podcast when you turn the podcast into a mailbag. And whether it's outside the paddock at Canterbury Park or whatever, Kyler this, JJ that, Kyler this. I mean, so many people care about this. Just to dagger it, somebody of significance who matters and raving about Frank Smith, dude, I don't care who the quarterback is. This guy here's doing this. This guy here from Wake Forest, are you kidding me? And then Bredesen and like how it ties into it. I'm like, damn, man. But the A topic here is, dude, I don't care who the quarterback is. Now, that might be a little far, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That might be a little far. That might stretch it a little far.
Well, I have said this. If you're listening to this show or you're listening or you're reading or whatever, and you're a big Vikings fan and you're like, why should I be over the moon optimistic about what 2026 could be for the Vikings and the Vikings offense?
Like you said in February, Frank Smith.
The primary, more than anything for me, the primary reason for optimism would be this. Quarterback play rises to a certain benchmark. Doesn't have to be amazing, rises to a certain level. What does that do? You might be driving around, you're asking, what does that do? Well, it forces the defense to allocate a lot of defenders in coverage. What does that do?
Yep.
It opens up a lot of room for the run game.
Yeah.
And when you add that to the way they're training the offensive line, or the way they've trained the offensive line this spring, which is different than anything I've seen since I've started covering this team, and they are able to run the football out of different packages to then start to actually, for the first time that I can remember in a long time since Kevin O'Connell's been here, dictate to defenses to where you can run when you want to run and you can throw when you want to throw, and they have to cover all of it. Then the offense can be pretty dynamic and probably rise to a level that it hasn't even risen yet since Kevin has been here. That's if you're an optimist.
Yep.
Now, a lot has to go right for that to happen. Yep. Frank Smith, yeah, he was Mike McDaniel's right-hand man in Miami. He knows all about that 49ers-ish style system. He was great in bridging that system together. But all of this stuff has to show in meaningful practice and when the season starts, for me personally, to buy in completely. I understand being optimistic about it, being positive about it. Until I really see them commit to the run game like that on a weekly basis, I'm going to, I'd say, be hesitantly optimistic.
What a disservice I and we have done to the listening audience with the Northern Fire Talkback Talker Tuesday and the $25 prize that's given away at the end of the show. We're going to start playing talkbacks next segment. When the question is, can you get to 5 coaches currently coaching in the NFL not named Andy Reid who are going to make it to the Pro Football Hall of Fame? We don't include Frank Smith.
That's my thing. Are you kidding me? That's my, like, I've talked to I talked to Teron Armstead, who was the left tackle in Miami and who worked with, and we talked.
How is Larry Bonaconte?
We talked in depth about Frank Smith.
Or Nick Bonaconte.
And there is a lot of faith of former players, of coaches who've worked with Frank Smith, of what he's going to provide. But to herald him as the run game whisperer when you've already heralded the head coach as the quarterback, I mean, it's just like the performance and the production has to exist to then start to allocate ability, credit, performance, all of that stuff. So while there is reason to be optimistic, I just want to see it. I just want to see it in real time. And I have a belief that if it goes right, you will. But I'll land the plane here, as you would say.
Yeah. As we get in the weeds and circle back.
There's so much conversation about the quarterback, rightfully. It's the people we know. It drives the conversation. But the offensive line health, Christian Darisaul's availability, and the ability to lean on the run game when you need to, that is just incredibly important.
But now you see what I'm saying.
Can't be overlooked.
But now you see what I'm saying about that ludicrous 8.5. And I ain't going to bet it. But, I mean, I'm telling, it's the squeeze out there, man. You're getting candy bars that are half the size for double the price in the squeeze. So people need to make some cash. And 8.5 for a season total for they got a 9 last year with the Darisaw bid and the quarterback bid. Are you kidding me with this 8.5?
Sure.
It's a mistake, and somebody needs to pay.
But they're like, and I don't want to be all negative here, but like, if you want to flip the conversation and say, okay, Alec, so why should I be pessimistic about what's possible in 2026?
Okay.
I could rattle off at least 9 things
that were worse than last year.
I don't know if that were worse than last year, but
okay. Well, last year is the last past performance off which we can go.
Like, okay, I'm just going to lob this up. What if Andrew Van Ginkel suffers a serious injury,
like he did last year, and they still won 9?
More serious than he suffered, and also you don't have the depth at edge rusher currently than you had.
So what are the comps for Jake Golday?
He's a rookie.
I understand.
And to expect him to be Andrew Van Ginkel
I understand.
is foolish beyond belief.
I understand.
So you could go there. You could go offensive line, Blake Brandell at center, more offensive line injuries.
Because the center situation last year was just so stable. See what I'm saying? You see, it's the 8.5. That's the bid. All they got to do is get 9. I'm telling you, I've done this thing long enough to know what a 9 or more win team looks like.
Yeah, but I also think you're factoring in the last 5 wins, and I'm not going to take anything away because winning is winning. Yep. But the Commanders without Jaden Daniels, you're playing with Marcus Mariota, and barely. And also,
he played, but the ferocity of the defense knocked him out.
Sure. You're talking the Green Bay Packers backups in week 18 or week 17, whatever it was.
Okay,
that was a victory. The Lions,
shut out by
down the back half were very, very hurt, and the defense dominated.
What do you think of the Chicago Bears? Pretty good all year, right?
I think they're pretty good.
Vikings should have swept them.
I always love
and
that
those
one.
games, the first game of the year, and then the Duvernay bit. I mean, they were a 98% chance to sweep the division champions, and everybody, including you, are on beloved BJ's jock for the wonderful work he did last year. He's a terrific coach. He's great. And guess who should have swept him? The team that won 9 games.
Yeah, yes, but this is where like the 9, the 8.5, it's just nitpicky because yes, had Ivan Pace not gone on the wrong gap and tackled Devin Duvernay, you win the game. But like that's what the discipline of that is what separates the greats from the not greats.
Thus, Frank Smith. And discipline with the running game and DeMond Claiborne following Bredesen.
No, to your point, I do think it's a conversation that I've tried to bang the dirt. Hopefully you saw like minicamp. It was like,
bro, you put me on it.
It was like, here's the quarterback stuff, but I want to tell you that the offensive line is training in a different way than I've seen.
Yes.
And for me,
yes,
I do think that is really important. I think that conversation, I think once training camp begins, it's going to be all quarterback. But what about Caleb Banks' health? What about the defensive line?
Fair point.
Because that's another.
Well, there's no doubt because what Hargrave and Allen gave last year made those 2 in Philadelphia just blush. I mean, honestly, seriously, how dominating were they the entire season?
I mean, Jonathan Allen was at least, serviceable.
He was fine.
He was serviceable.
Okay, we got 2.5 minutes. Are you back in for the feast this year?
Yeah.
Good. The Steves family was asking about you the other day.
Good. We'll have to set up a meeting with Chad Abbott to go through possibilities.
The particulars?
Yeah.
So what, you want to raise in the squeeze?
I'm just saying.
Kidding me?
I might have to call in Tom Condon and have a conversation with Chad Abbott.
Is there a Warren clause on the contract too, or no?
Warren gave me a CD at one of the feasts that I still have in my apartment.
What did you think of the LaMelo Ball trade?
Again, first hour, I'm like, what are they? And then after that, I'm starting to get excited about the lack of stickiness among the offense once the ball starts to flow. I cannot, you know me, I cannot wait to be in that arena to watch those two guys play. I just can't wait for it.
You familiar with a lady named Shannon Spake?
Yeah, I am. She was, I think, ESPN for a long time.
Oh, right on. She's the sideline reporter for Charlotte Hornets TV. She joins about 25 minutes from now. But little did I know, she covered NASCAR in Sonoma, California last weekend. And she, like for TNT, she's done NASCAR, digital stuff, podcast, stuff like that. I mean, she's an elite NASCAR mind. I had no idea. Low-hanging fruit here from a stereotypical standpoint.
Talladega. Here we go.
Is NASCAR big in Alabama?
I always love that one.
It's a really poor question. Is Frank Smith the run game whisperer?
Okay. So wait, NASCAR is dominant big in Alabama.
Gigantic. Gigantic.
So off that, I found some low-hanging fruit Alabama stereotypes.
Was it an apple or an orange?
It was a banana. I would just like you to share whether it's true or false. Alabama stereotypes largely paint the state as a rural, deeply religious and conservative area defined by strong accents, college football obsession, and outdated cultural views.
And how is ChatGPT?
While some tropes reflect genuine cultural features, others are exaggerated or rooted in mean-spirited, classist bigotry. So, Southern hospitality. Consensus among users on Quora. What's Quora? Quora. Is it a poor man's Reddit?
Similar. It's like Yahoo Answers back in the day. You ask a question, a lot of people respond.
Okay. Consensus among users on that confirms genuine friendliness, politeness, and community care.
That's true.
Are highly prevalent in Alabama. Mm-hmm. College football obsession. The rivalry between Alabama, Roll Tide, and Auburn University, War Eagle, consumes much of the local culture and dominates social calendars in the fall. That's correct?
That would be correct.
Accents and dialect. While a distinct Southern drawl is common, media portrayals often use it as a shorthand to imply a lack of education or basic amenities.
That would be correct.
Okay. Dietary habits. Hearty, deep-fried, or
butter.
Hearty, deep-fried, or pork-seasoned traditional Southern cooking and sweet tea is a staple, though modern cities feature diverse culinary scenes.
That would be correct.
Modern city in Alabama.
Birmingham.
Is that an oxymoron?
Birmingham is a modern city, and it's one of the best food cities in the country, most underrated.
Religion and politics. The state is heavily associated with the Bible Belt and staunch conservatism. However, users on something called Quora emphasize that ideological diversity exists with growing progressive pockets and diverse religious minorities in urban centers. Would you say true or false to that?
That would be correct.
Education and industry. The stereotype of an uneducated populace of Alabama ignores major research hubs.
UAB.
Like Huntsville, home to NASA.
Space and Rocket Center.
And high-tech engineer. Who knew? Yeah. Huntsville.
Yeah.
And
UAB.
And reputable universities like UAB, right. Extremes, destructive tropes.
Where'd you get this? Because it's pretty good. How is cloud?
Assumptions of incest, backwardness. That's widely recognized as okay. So we'll skip it right.
Yeah,
there.
We will. Back to Frank Smith.
Incest, true or false in Alabama?
Have you bought your Frank Smith fathead yet?
No, but I can't wait to hear the talkbacks coming up around the corner about this HOF talker I have. You, my friend, honestly, I don't care what Dane Mizutani, Jace Frederick, Mark Craig,
you're naming some great people,
or Courtney Cronin say about you. I think you do an awesome job at The Athletic and theathletic.com.
I appreciate it. Right now, actually, at The Athletic, we do every summer a Vikings fan survey.
Oh, sweet.
So if you're a fan, you hop in and you answer a bunch of questions. And it is a great barometer every year for confidence level and ownership, head coach, defensive coordinator, GM. And it gives you and I'll pull up last year's and 2 years ago. So it should give a pretty nice barometer. But before you mentioned Dane, Jace, Mark Craig, and Courtney Cronin.
I had Jace on the radio show yesterday, I think, for the first time. He was terrific.
Jace is incredible.
He's really good at what he does.
Jace goes on the Dane Moore show.
That's right.
I mean, and it's how
good is that?
I mean,
the Dane Moore NBA podcast is the bomb.
It's the number 13 most listened to basketball podcast in America right now.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Well done, Dane.
I was at Mill City getting some running shoes.
Oh, that's cool. Now the banker's going to get tagged for double.
Sorry. And the woman helping me out was like, "You're a big sports fan. Do you listen to Dane? I listen to him all the time. I love the Timberwolves."
Wow.
Dane is He's great.
I know you have an 11 o'clock call. Tell Damon Claiborne's aunt I say hello, and I look forward to meeting her on the sideline of the Green Bay game week 1.
Thank you.
And that her nephew is going to make the team, and he's going to play because I have steam.
Okay.
You're the best. Have a great summer if I don't see you for a little while.
You as well.
Tell Ellen that I say hi.
Yep.
That's Alec Lewis, The Athletic, theathletic.com. Some of the talkbacks plus Brett's Bits and Bets are coming up next on KFAN.
It's PA.
Remember one thing. Football's entertainment. It's not life or death. There are more important things in life than football.
All right, now, Brett's Bits and Bets is on the horizon, courtesy of Canterbury Park and CanterburyPark.com. We have a 4-day racing week beginning Thursday. At 5 o'clock, come out and say hello to the Steam team. Friday, we race at 4 because after the races, the best fireworks display that you will see in the state of Minnesota. We pump like $30,000, $40,000 into these fireworks. Takes about 27 minutes. Takes off 45 minutes to an hour after the last race. That is Friday, 4 o'clock, CanterburyPark.com. Then Saturday and Sunday racing. Get that information at CanterburyPark.com. Come out to where the people come to play, where they look for the Steam team every single day for Learn It Counts. And here's what we're going to do. Given it is a Northern Fire Talker Tuesday, we have talkbacks that are going to come in for the Hall of Fame current coach talker, yours truly unfurled. Doesn't have to be that. We have a segment or two later for talkbacks. So really, dealer's choice, whatever's up your sleeve. Join 9 to noon via the free iHeartRadio app, up to 30 seconds for the talkbacks. But Brett is going to unfurl a sports-related nugget that will make up the bits. But then at the end, he's going to offer Brett's bet. And we laugh and joke and crack wise about a lot of things at FM 100.3 KFAN. I ain't joking about this, and I've been in this industry for more than half my life. The horse racing betting industry. When Brett fills in for Nordo 9 to noon, and we do Brett's bets and bits and bets, he's hit 83.5% of his predictions, and we're now over 15 over the course of the last 2.5 years. The one yesterday was over 2.5 in Brazil and Japan and a World Cup game in the Knockout 32. My man said over in a soccer game. How fast is he playing?
I always love that one.
Like I said earlier, you needed a stiff drink because it took a while to get that 3. But nevertheless, you got the money as it finished 2-1. So I'd say, let's see, Shannon Spake joins in 14 minutes. So we're about 7.5, 8 minutes away from scooping chips in the squeeze, courtesy of Double B Brett Blakemore. But the first bit would be...
Well, it is World Cup. By the way, I did see a texter say that I won them like $80 yesterday on Brett's bets. Just saying.
Well, no, they're lying because there actually was another 0 behind it, but they didn't want to have to tip you.
Exactly. Plenty of games other than in the World Cup. And really that, to me, is the sports. I mean, yeah, I've got some NBA nuggets on the way, but the thing that's happening right now is the World Cup.
You're talking in circles because you're nervous. 3-2 off what I said to you into this segment about the structure of this individual play that we're running.
Yes.
It's going to go bit, talk back, bet, maybe talk back, misspeak. So it doesn't matter what you want, what you think the audience wants. You're in that chair, bro. So put together what you have unfurled and do so with confidence.
Yesterday in the World Cup, upsets galore. Japan was a plucky team as predicted. They couldn't hold on, and Brazil ended up winning. But then the other two games, see you later, Germany, who loses to Paraguay, who, let's not forget, the U.S. just dominated like a week and change ago. And then the Netherlands. I mean, that's not as big of an upset, but losing to Morocco in pens where they missed 3 penalty kicks in horrendous fashion.
How about the Moroccan goalie on the last save in the extra time, what would be overtime? and the one that won it. Wow. That was so... And by the way, Morocco, who knew? Morocco made it to the semifinals 4 years ago. So I think that's accurate, right?
I believe that's the case.
Yeah, they're
a good team.
Right.
Yeah.
And the coach of the German team, he said to Germany, after he said Ich heiss El, he said, we are not a first class. We are not a first class soccer operation. I mean, that does not go over well if you're sharing a pint somewhere off the Autobahn.
So, I mean, when you go back to the U.S.'s path and you say, oh, we got this team and this team, there's a chance that they might not even be there because upsets like this happen, and Morocco did make it to the semis, the fan has learned.
That's sweet.
Let's go to a talkback. This one in particular I'm a fan of.
I would say Hall of Fame coach would be Mike Vrabel because he's proven he can score at will anytime he wants to.
Always.
Okay, hold on.
Why don't you put your pants back on, Slappy?
Yep, Vrabel, HOF, can score when he wants to.
Why don't you put your pants back on, Slappy?
Got you. Thank you, Gerby. Now, the bit?
The bit as well. I didn't know if that really counted as a talkback.
Oh, that was fine.
How about today's slate of games? Ivory Coast and Norway. Norway with the Holland cat that you like very much.
Yep.
That's at noon, right after we're done. France and Sweden. That should be France dominating by at least 3 goals. And then Mexico, Ecuador. Sneaky game there. Winner probably gets England because they'll beat the Congo tomorrow.
Who's Ecuador play?
Mexico in Mexico City at Azteca.
Oh, wow. Who's favored?
I would be willing to bet it's Mexico, but not by much.
Yep. So
I don't have it right.
That's not one of your bets.
That's not one of my bets. No.
Talk back.
Here is a talk back. Let's go here.
Hey, Paul, Double B. Who are some head coaches that I could see being in the Hall of Fame someday that is not Andy Reid?
Yeah.
In my opinion, Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, Mike Tomlin, John Harbaugh, and as much as I don't like him, Sean Payton.
Ooh! Check your watch and tell me what time it is.
10:50.
Now peek your head out and tell me what the climate is.
About 80. It's a little soupy and swampy and sticky, and this is 9 to noon. What's next?
Let's do, is it bet time?
No.
Oh, we'll do another bit then.
Oh, yeah, and it should be the Twins. I mean, it's
sure.
You with respect, you paid no attention to them yesterday. And I understand, okay, it's the bullpen has problems. The team is not the most popular team in the market in the first place, but I mean, comes into the season, people are hating on the ownership, and you get those of the sanctimonious variety who are like, damn it, I'm pulling my tickets, I'm never going to a game because this owner won't spend more than $1. Maybe you don't go to games, that's okay. A lot of people went to the games during that Dodger series, but they won at Houston last night. JoJo goes tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if they're a road favorite tonight. They just meatloafed your Rockies. And now, granted, they had some problems against the Big Blue Wrecking Crew, but nevertheless, the AL Central's coming up bad. Tariq Skubal is back for the Tigers, and I think he'll make his second start off an injury-related layoff tonight. He's taking on the New York Yankees, who are the most punchless team in Major League Baseball right now. That's probably not statistically accurate, but those who follow the pinstripes know what I'm talking about. They cannot hit. They've had problems all year with third base and catcher, and Aaron Judge, big man with the hammer. Well, he's out. You know, he'll come back at some point, but he's not playing. So the Yankees are super beatable. And what's going to be super sweet about this is the Yankees will lose to Tariq Skubal tonight, then find a way to give up assets nobody else has and trade for him at the deadline.
Never heard anyone in my life who's more insane than Paul Allen.
To fortify their pitching, but the AL Central has some wide open to it. Jose Ramirez is hurt right now. Cleveland and the Guardians, they ain't great. So we low-key are right in it in the American League Central. That's the bit. Got to talk back?
Yes, I do. By the way, if you were wondering, the Twins are favored on the run line by 1.5. So 1.5. Let's see. Let's go to this one.
What up, PA and Double B? Love you guys. Love the show. This is one of the most painful things I have to say as a Vikings fan. But I think Sean Payton will end up making it into the Hall of Fame. A lot of wins. Really a good coach. As much as I hate him with all the Vikings lore, I think Sean Payton is one of those coaches that's going to end up seeing his face in the old Hall of Fame. Sorry, Vikings Nation. Skull Vikes.
Wait, that talkback cut off before he said the last thing about Sean Payton.
Yeah, I might punch him in the face.
Okay. No, that's a good talkback, and it might even win the $25 prize. Ja Morant was traded to the Portland Trailblazers. The backcourt for the Blazers will be Ja Morant and Damian Lillard. Reports have it that, and from the big names, they're working on a trade with Boston for Jaylen Brown. So that could happen. That all could happen. Mike Inori, Finchie's former right-hand man, is the new coach in Portland. They're making plays. They got Ja Morant to play with Damian Lillard. Sounds good enough to eat. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 9 to noon is very happy to announce it's post time for the bets portion of Brett's Bits and Bets.
Why don't you give me half the money you were going to bet?
What?
And we'll go out back. I'll kick you in the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
I mean...
Well, you have a gambling problem.
Give it to us, big boy, because you forever are hot.
Today at noon, the Ivory Coast takes on Norway. Now, spreads in soccer are admittedly funny.
That's a three-way thing.
Yeah, so...
With draw.
Yeah, well, exactly. But I still don't know how that works. If it goes in extra time, if it's a draw, it doesn't matter. The spread is Norway favored by half a goal. But taking that is plus 105.
Yep.
So it is technically, because if you take the Ivory Coast at plus half a goal, that's minus 135.
Yep.
So give me Norway minus half a goal. But that's plus 105 odds.
Yeah.
So it is
basically even money.
Exactly. It's essentially a pick 'em. Give me a healthy, rested Holland and Odegaard against this Ivory Coast club to at least just win the game.
Yep.
So that's the bet today.
So if it goes to extra time and it's 1-1 and then you win in extra time, you also win, right? I believe that to be the case.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think
I would imagine
that is the case.
Yeah.
If you do the three-way and then the draw, this is if you do.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what this team is all about, defense and working hard.
Norway minus a half plus 105.
Yes, sir.
That's the bet for the 83%er. Let's head down to Charlotte, chat about somebody who knows more about LaMelo Ball than we do. Her name is Shannon Spake, and she's next on KFAN.